Dr. Mithal, the dignitaries and the guests, I seek the permission of Honorable Chief Justice to commence the proceedings. Permitted. Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Judges of the High Court present on the dais, and Honorable Judges of the High Court who are joined through virtual. Learned Advocate General and Law Officers of Duty of Jammu and Kashmir. Learned Assistant Solicitor General of India for Duty of Jammu and Kashmir. Learned Senior Advocates, Law Officers for Government of India. President Bar Association General and Chairman and Convener GIA Bar Association. Members of all bar associations are duty of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Learned judicial officers are duty of Jammu and officers of civil and police administration of government are duty of Jammu and Kashmir. Officers and staff of the High Court University. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have assembled to make farewell to Honorable Justice Pankaj, Chief Justice, High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh on his lordship transfer to Rajasthan High Court. May I request the learned Advocate General to deliver his farewell address on behalf of the members of the Bar of Jammu and Kashmir.
My Lord, this judge, Mithal, Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Jammu and Ladakh, Honorable Mr. Justice Ali Baghe, Honorable Mr. Justice Sashi Rajasthan, Honorable Justice Sanjay Kumar, Honorable Justice Sidhu Sharma, Honorable Justice Anish Potwar, Development Law, Honorable Justice Vinod Cabinet Paul by Development Law, Honorable Justice Sanjay Dar, Honorable Justice Puneet Gupta by Development Law, Honorable Justice Javed Iqbal Bhani, Honorable Justice Bola, Honorable Justice Muhammad Akar Muzawwar, Justice Rahul Bharti, Honorable Justice Moksha Indriya Kasi, Honorable Justice Wasim Saad Nagar, Honorable Justice Hardik Secretary. Mr. R. Roy, Home Secretary, Duty of Jammu and Kashmir, Sajid Sethi, Security, Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs, Registrar General, Principal District Judge Srinagar, Members of this Party Judiciary, Bar President of the High Court, President Bar Association Down, Chairman J&K High Court Bar Association Srinagar, Mr. Tahir Shamsi, Deputy Solicitor General of India, Mr. Vishal Sharma, Deputy Solicitor General of India, Honorable Members of the Bar, Senior designated members are both wings of High Court of Jammu and Kashmir, esteemed guests, distinguished personalities present here, and those who have joined for the virtual mode. We have all assembled here to bid farewell to Honorable Justice Pankaj Mithal, the Chief Justice of High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. This day carried mixed reaction and response. On one hand, the occasion marks a side moment that we are parting with the association of justice. But at the same time, it gives a sense of celebration and pleasure also. The Lordship will be only one of the highest living court of the country, the sanctions strength of that is what we stand on the high. But it's that change is the basic nature, and we have to live with the changing set of circumstances. I declare the best practice over the cheapest of the school and both having to give up. I have to do it after becoming and today, I have to get well occasion where farewell to worship. On pretty successful completion of this channel, whatever is here, but the fact remains, in a short spell of time, Lordship has laid many milestones, as we will be discussing it later. But Lordship profile indicates that Lordship was born in Delhi, Uttar Pradesh on 17 June 1961 in a family of lawyers and joined BCom honors at the University of Ladakh and graduated in 1982. Later, his lordship joined Mary College for his legal studies and obtained his degree of law from Cambridge University, Mary. Lordship was enrolled in the Bar Council of the Bar and started practicing at the High Court as an advocate and on the civil side. Law steps the free service and hospital that is annual. Doctor was elevated to the rank as an additional judge on 7th July 2006 and the place being permanent judge of the High Court of Division of Ladakh on 2nd July 2008. The lawyer and history of Ladakh High Court was widely published the local newspapers and law journals. One of his articles on Kodak voice was twice published in law magazine. Law published that has taken key interest in right from the childhood and had participated in the exhibition MPPX 1976 as a hearing and Judy Max 2016 as a Ladakh on the inauguration of centennial celebration of Ladakh High Court. The Lordship was associated with several committees of the High Court. The chairman of the Language Committee, the Lordship was instrumental in devising the program of the World Party Judiciary Activity and the chairman of the committee. Lordship also was a member of the subcommittee of foreign and post dispatch centennial committee which oversaw the release of set of new standards with pictures of building of the Ladakh High Court and now building of Ladakh High Court and issued a set of 12 points of 150 points and the logo of on 13 March 2016. Now, of the High Court is not contribution to the High Court of law, justice, after this 2 years, during and decided that the non number of cases. My information tells me that in January, last recent time, cited 1,508 cases. I'm sitting similarly in January, cited 270 cases. Instead of but that's indicator of the amount of interest versus data, which goes on the cases that goes to the current of budget. In addition to the above, Lordship's keen interest in improving the infrastructure and other necessities pertaining to the core value and cost of law, which is more relevant. And I will just refer to my which indicates departments of the United States, the military contemporary justice development, strengthening justice to law and technology, benefit from international conference on striking culture and social change and benefit beyond Islamic University of Science and Technology, American Collaboration Degree, International Degree, International Tax Conference, and System Therapy, the conference of anti-university college degree. These are only qualified different time. They give a full access. But at this moment, before we go, And there are many network regiments. And honestly, the last laying out of the dog. It is the government classification. We have further added further grace and another that very important cases, which included the environment, water conservation, use, and on subject. But then it's so easy for other similarly, I've seen that many very sensitive writers like taking possession and God and writers, they came for the court to just back for the agency justice to understand and it's told them then and there. That is how we do justice as in my understanding, a person who has been followed qualities, excellent in the constitution, but that distinct is only by courage, confidence, conviction, compassion, his lordship has always displayed on all occasions with full confidence. His lordship will always be remembered for the unparalleled contribution made by lordship in the field of law and in many other activities which the High Court will never remain indebted for all his contributions. I take this opportunity on my behalf on behalf of the all our associations of Jammu and Kashmir, in Ladakh, and my officers on this side, my officers coming to thank Lordship for a wonderful contribution. And in the end, I believe that the Lordship's contribution in the bigger High Court will be much more better than this. And if we leave it, I pray I started before people first happy, passing joy, life. Live to be mind for people around and the
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now I request Honorable Justice Pankaj Mithal, Chief Justice High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, to respond to the address of the advocate.
Justice Ali Muhammad Magre, Chief Justice Designate, my brother and sister judges of the High Court of J&K and Ladakh, Learned Advocate General Shri D.C. Raina, Mr. Vishal Sharma, Mr. Tahir Majid Samshi, Deputy Solicitor General of India, office bearers of the Executive of the High Court Bar Association, both at Jammu and Srinagar, senior advocates of the High Court, senior administrative officers, members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. I am overwhelmed by the kind words of praises showered upon me by the Learned Advocate General. I doubt whether I deserve those praises. Anyway, I took over as Chief Justice of the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh on 4th January 2021. And after serving here for little less than 2 years, I am destined to leave this place for my onward journey to Rajasthan. Jammu and Kashmir and Rajasthan are entirely different in many respects, but are identical. Generally, I have found the people here simple, sober, hardworking, and honest in their dealings. The only thing which I feel they lacked was exposure. Given the opportunities available and those which are likely to be generated in near future, I am sure that the level of exposure which is needed shall surely come. One reason for lack of exposure, which I have been able to analyze, is the politics of protectionism. Now is the time when we should tighten our belts and be ready to compete with the best in the outside world. and to further excel in every field. I come from a high court, which is one of the oldest high courts of India. Allahabad High Court is rich in traditions. Every place and every institution has its own traditions and history. So is the case with the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. The traditions which we have worked unquestionably over a period of time need to be preserved and respected for the future generation to revere them and to build upon for the growth of the institution. Only when the traditions are respected, the institution commands respect. In this High Court, many traditions are intact, but there is need to revive many traditions which are getting weakened. There is also a need to inculcate a healthy culture and to build new traditions in line with the glory of the judicial institution. There is also a need to revisit many things which are impeding the growth of the institution. After all, it matters a lot what we pass on to our next generation. During my tenure here, this High Court saw a maximum strength of 17 judges against the sanctioned strength of 70. With the transfer of Justice Thakur, we were left with 16, and now with my transfer, the strength will further be reduced to 15. In 2 months, the strength is expected to further reduce unless some judges from outside are transferred to this High Court. Transfer of judges from other high courts to this High Court is due otherwise also. With an increased number of judges, I was tempted to get maximum disposal of cases and to reduce the pendency of cases. No doubt, it had put an extra burden on my sister and brother judges, but my faith in them was honored by them. Judges in this High Court are endowed with great sense of justice, integrity, competence, sobriety, and have all the qualities of head and heart. They are trying their best to live up to the expectations of the litigants and are largely successful in their endeavor. I would like to take this opportunity to request my sister and brother judges to exert a bit more to ameliorate the sufferings of the public. This will surely place their image and reputation of the High Court on a high pedestal. We are to restore faith, trust, and confidence of the citizens of this great nation in the judicial institution. While conducting the court and while interacting with lawyers at different fora, I have generally found lawyers to be quite competent, skillful, and persuasive in their approach. Given a chance, they can compete with any good lawyer of any other high court. They only need to open up and flutter their wings. They should start taking briefs in all jurisdictions and seek experience in all other places. This way, they can prepare themselves for any challenge coming in their way. In all, I have received appreciable assistance from the lawyers, which made me decide the matters and to make an endeavor to render justice in letter and spirit. It is my earnest request to the lawyers at all levels to put in best efforts to develop jurisprudential concepts in all jurisdictions of law. What I have noted here is the limited sphere of litigation and in limited areas. It is for the lawyers to venture into new fields and to think out of the box and get maximum benefit from the courts. I hope and trust that not only the lawyers who are senior in practice, but also younger lot would not hesitate in experimenting and venturing into unseen horizons. My best wishes to all of them. Talking about judicial officers in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, I have found the officers to be quite competent, docile, and persons of caliber and great integrity. The officers are of immense potential and are delivering quite appreciably. I wish good luck to all of them and hope that no stone is left unturned by them in their quest for judicial excellence. Recently, we hosted the North Zone Regional Conference organized by the National Judicial Academy, Bhopal, which was quite successful. We were able to bring home the point that in the matters of organizing skills, we are not behind and any other elsewhere. Rather, in many respects, we excel and have the potential to be the best in the country. It is my sincere request to all the judicial officers to make best use of the facilities available here in the Judicial Academy and wholeheartedly participate in the conferences, seminars, and training programs organized here to achieve further heights. It is a matter of great satisfaction that many infrastructural projects have been completed in the recent past, and many are in the pipeline. 2 projects of the construction of the new High Court buildings, one at Srinagar and one at Jammu, have been conceived. Work on building at Srinagar has already started, and I wish that it takes off in Jammu very soon. Government is making all possible efforts to see to it that all important projects are completed in good time. The central government's support is also appreciable. The only thing which I should urge from the lawyers of the community is to become foresighted and to look beyond the short-term goals. You need to imagine the broader spheres and think ahead of time. When I see the buildings of the High Court at both the capital cities, I feel that more pragmatic approach was required to be adopted while planning it. In not too many years, the space have been found wanting in infrastructure requirements. Now, while planning the creation of new spaces and working atmosphere, we need to think 50 years ahead. When I am leaving this High Court, I am greatly satisfied about my tenure here. I have received full support from all my colleagues on the bench in all matters of policy, planning, etc. My endeavor has all along been to put in place policy frameworks wherever there have been gaps. I think by doing so, we serve the need of consistency, efficiency, excellence in the institution, which is considered to be the savior of the rights of the public at large. I hope and trust that more policy initiatives shall be carried out to create a robust judicial system in this beautiful part of the country. I am fortunate to have with me very efficient and competent officers in the registry who have toiled hard to give life to my vision for the High Court. They have always ensured that their self does not take precedence over the demands of the institution. You are the limbs of the High Court, and your sturdiness determines the administrative efficiency of the High Court. Keep working for the betterment of the judicial institution and take it to new heights. I would like to make a special mention of the administrative and the logistic support provided by all the government machinery during my tenure at the High Court. I am grateful to the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Shri Manoj Sinha for providing every possible help in all endeavors of the High Court. During the foundation laying ceremony of the new High Court building at Srinagar and recently during the North Zone Regional Conference, Honorable Lieutenant Governor had taken personal interest and had directed the government machinery to see that the programs are highly successful. I would like to record my personal gratitude to the Lieutenant Governor and the administration of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, led by the Chief Secretary Arun Kumar Mehta, Shri Achal Sethi, Secretary to the Government Department of Law and Justice, who was always available for the cause of judicial administration. And he has contributed a lot for the infrastructural and administrative requirements of the High Court. Shri Shailendra Kumar, Principal Secretary, Public Service Department, also has rendered full cooperation to the High Court in timely completing the infrastructure projects of the High Court and subordinate courts. I am thankful to all of them and expect the same continued cooperation to the High Court in future. I thank all my sister and brother judges, members of the bar, judicial officers, High Court and subordinate court staff for their unflinching support to me and to my efforts in this High Court. In me, you always find a good friend and guide whenever you need my services. I am thankful to my personal staff in the High Court, Shri Tilak Raj Sharma, Shri Abdul Qayyum Lone, Secretaries, Shrimati Nazia Chauhan, Shri Hilal Yusuf, Bench Secretaries, Shrimati Sunita Kaul, Shri Mohammad Altaf Nima, Private Secretaries, Shri Raj Kumar, Shri Avinash Kumar, Shri Shamim Ahmad, and Adil Hussain, stenographers, Shri Junaid Ayub, stenotypist, Shri Satpal, restorer, Shri Mangat Ram, Shri Abdul Rashid Mughal, Jamadars, Shri Bansi Lal, Shri Moesh Chand, Shri Abdul Rashid Ganai, Shri Javed Ahmed Bhatt, Shri Veer Singh, orderlies, for their sincere and dedicated service rendered to me during my tenure, without which it would not have been possible for me to discharge my duties. I am taking with me sweet memories which I shall always cherish. और अंत में सिर्फ इतना ही कहूंगा कि गुण तो ना था कोई, पर अवगुण मेरे भुला देना, अवगुण मेरे भुला देना। जय हिंद।
Thank you, Lordship. I see the Commissioner Madam Chief Justice to close the proceedings. Guests and dignitaries are requested to join us over a cup of tea at the High Court Park near the